Hello, Debbie here. Welcome back to another video. Today is my weekly whip and chat where I am going to be working on a diamond painting or a whip work in progress. And I'm just going to be chit-chatting about different things, primarily diamond painting and just what's going on around here. So grab something that you want to work on, or you can simply treat this video like you would a podcast and just listen while I diamond paint. I am continuing to work on Cozy Morning Coffee. This is probably going to end up being my whip until I finish it for my whip and chats. I am still where I was before last week. I mean, I finished the one section and then that's it. I have not had a chance to get back to this one. I am still trying to get all of my 26 and 26 canvases prepped and ready to go, and I am still going to have that challenge effective as of June the 1st, whether I am completely ready or not. And if I'm not, then I will just work on the ones that I have not put any drills down first, and then I will start spinning my wheel. But I'm really excited for it. I'm excited that I will have a variety. And even though I'm going to have a lot of whips, work in progress, I'm okay with that because I enjoy working on various projects. And who knows, I might even add more to those 26. I am not using a light pad today. I'm trying not to because it does have a glare when I'm filming, but I may have to, and especially I'm in a weird area here that I'm working on. I'm almost finished with this top row, and then I'll have about 2.5 rows left. So I'm getting closer. I could just power through this and finish this diamond painting, but I've been so busy with other things, and I'm afraid I would just get too bored if I just sit and work on this one until I'm done. I don't want to get burned out. And I like this diamond painting. I don't want to get burned out from it either, because it is a lot of color blocking. And I think that's why it's taking me so long to get it done. There's nothing wrong with the diamond painting. I love it. But I am just not very good with a lot of color blocking. I have finally realized that after so many years that I do prefer confetti. But how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. I hope that you had a really nice, restful weekend. You were able to get some me time in there. In the US, we did have a holiday, so my husband and I were off on Monday. And we got some things done around the house. Well, he did, but I had to work almost all day, well, really the whole weekend, so I didn't really get that much diamond painting in. But we have our summer term that is starting today, Tuesday, and I just wasn't ready. I still had quite a bit to do. We've been so busy at work that I didn't have time to really focus on my classes, getting my classes set up, getting all my lesson plans and everything done. So my whole weekend pretty much, or a lot of it, was spent doing that. And I feel really good about it. Normally I'm nervous once a new term starts, but I've spent so much time this time on the front end that I think during the term is going to be going a lot smoother. But, you know, we'll see. Time will tell. It is a very fast-paced term because it's only 8 weeks. And there's one class I only teach in the summer. So it takes me a couple of weeks really to get acclimated to that course again. So hopefully everything will go more smoothly than it did last summer, because last summer it was a doozy in that class. But we'll see. And then I should have more time to diamond paint, hopefully, but I am going to be going out of town on Thursday for work. So Thursday I won't be able to get much done, and it's going to be an all-day thing. We are having to drive 2.5, 3 hours for a meeting a state meeting, and then we are going to be at that meeting for about 3 hours, and then we've got another 2.5 hours to drive back home. And it could even be worse in Atlanta traffic. We have to go through downtown Atlanta, which is horrid. But we are going to a small town, military town, Warner Robins, and that is very close to Buc-ee's. And if you ever been to Buc-ee's or you heard about Buc-ee's, you know. So it is going to be 4 of us going, including myself, and it is our accounting team that is at work, and there are 3 guys and then me. We do not have any. We have another accounting instructor who is female, but she is contract, so she doesn't go with us on these meetings. And it's the first time that our accounting team has really gotten together and did anything all together. Usually it's just 2 of us at a time that can do something or whatever. I have never gone to one of these meetings, so I'm really excited about it. I work for a nonprofit college, and we have to go by certain standards in the state for our nonprofits. And so we meet twice a year and discuss curriculum and classes and different things. And it's all of the different instructors from these colleges in the state that are invited that teach accounting. I've never gone to this meeting, and so I'm really excited about it. I've been at this school forever. I've been there for 5 years full-time, and 5.5 now, and I have been there for 12 years part-time. And as part-time, we didn't have the opportunity to do anything, but full-time, I do. And just over the past 5 years, I've just never really gone, didn't really know what it was, to be honest. And I've heard some people talking about it, and my boss said, you know, if you get a chance, you should really go. And so we decided to make a road trip out of it. So that's what we're doing on Thursday. We're taking one of the work SUVs, and so there'll be plenty of room. That way we don't all have to drive our cars, which will be nice. And students aren't allowed to go, so that's another thing that's kind of nice, because every time that I've gone and done anything with work, it's always been with students, and I enjoy that. But it's going to be nice, just the 4 of us, to discuss different accounting things and what we're doing, and because we all do our own thing. So it's going to be nice just to have a chance to talk to the guys and get caught up. And I'm okay being the only woman, because I've been working with these guys for a long time, even as part-time. They're all super nice, they're funny, and so it's going to be, I think it's going to be a fun road trip. So I will have to update you on Buc-ee's. I'll definitely have to get a snack. I love snacks, and my family just doesn't really care for snacks, and I don't know why. I don't know what happened to them, but I love snacks. And so Buc-ee's is like it for me, because they have so many different kinds of snacks. So I told our lead instructor, like, if we go, we have to stop by Buc-ee's. And he said, yes, we're definitely stopping by Buc-ee's. And so one of the guys has never been to Buc-ee's, and I'm like, oh, you are in for a treat, sir. So we will do that, and then hopefully I can come home and diamond paint Thursday night. But we'll see how things go. I was hoping to have gotten more done with work so I could just sit and diamond paint all weekend. That was the plan for this past weekend. But Madison and Kyle had their 1st year anniversary. I cannot believe they've been married for a year. This time last year, we were in North Carolina celebrating their wedding. And it was a treat this year, because they had asked me several months ago if I would keep the baby on Thursday Thursday night, or just during Thursday, and then they would come back home and then go back on Friday. And I told them that I would be glad to, and I didn't mind at all. Well, they ended up staying in a hotel downtown on Thursday night. So I did keep Claire overnight. It's the first time that I've kept her overnight by myself. And the last time that I did stay overnight, she was an infant. And now she is 7 months. So being an infant, I thought, okay, that was easy enough. But now that she's 7 months and she's getting her own little personality, let me tell you. And I wasn't sure how bedtime was going to go, because sometimes she can be finicky. There are times when she goes to bed for Madison really well. She'll sleep all night. And then there are times that she is just not going to have it. And so you have to just stay up with her. You have to let her sleep on you, or you have to let her sleep with you. Well, I was going to sleep on their couch, so there's no way that she could have slept there with me. But I got her down at like 9:30. I was rocking her, and she loves to be rocked, so I rocked her for a really long time. She was sound asleep. That girl was sacked out. And she was holding on to me and giving me loves. And I put her down, and she slept for about 2 hours. And I thought, oh, I got this. This is good. I got this nixed in the bud, and she is going to sleep, and I'm just going to sit here and read. Well, I started getting tired, and I thought I better go ahead and go to bed, because she might wake up, and then I'm going to be up. So as soon as I laid down, got really comfy and was almost asleep, I had her monitor on, and I heard her. I thought, oh no. And so she woke up crying. So I went in there and picked her up and started rocking her and cuddling her again. And we did this almost every 2 hours on Thursday night. I'm like, girl, you're going to have to go to sleep, because I am about to pass out. And then she was just so funny, because she loves, there's a channel, a YouTube channel that is called Dancing Fruit for kids. And she doesn't like anything else. We've tried everything just to maybe get her to calm down. And Dancing Fruit, she is mesmerized by this Dancing Fruit. So I even put Dancing Fruit on. She would sit there and watch it. She loves my phone. And she just really likes playing with my phone. And I'm like, you know what? I wouldn't let just anybody play with my phone, but okay, Claire. So then somehow, and she likes pushing buttons and doing things. You have to really watch her. Somehow she had gotten my phone on a French translation. So everything that came through was translated into French. So I had to get that fixed. So I was laughing on that one. She had no idea what I was laughing about. So she started laughing too. And I'm like, no, we can't wake up. So finally I let her sleep on me for a couple of hours. And then I put her back to bed. And I did take her to daycare on Friday. So I was able to come home and get some work done while she was at daycare. And then I went and picked her up, and Madison and Kyle had planned on coming home on Friday late that night. So they did get home about 9:30, and Madison wanted to know if I was planning on spending the night and that I could watch Claire while they got another night's rest. And I said, I am sorry, but no, I am exhausted. I am going home. I've got work I've got to get done on Saturday. Well, then they wanted to go back on Saturday, and I didn't even mention what they were going to, and now I can because it's over. But it's MomoCon, and it's kind of like if you've heard of Dragon Con, but it's, my understanding, it's for anime. They like to cosplay, and so they dressed up and all that. And that's really all I can tell you, because I don't get into that kind of stuff. I don't know. I do not like anime. I don't like cartoons, that kind of anime. And so that's just not for me. but her dad met them there and he was with them for a while. But they had a really nice time. They even got to go to the aquarium. The Georgia Aquarium was part of MomoCon on Thursday night. So they went to the Georgia Aquarium, which was really close to their hotel, apparently. And they had a really nice time. But I felt bad with Saturday. I'm like, I've got work to do. I also had something on campus that they were hosting on Saturday. And I said, if I would have known, I could have worked this out. But I just really don't have the time to be able to watch her again on Saturday. So that was kind of my week there, my couple of days. And then Saturday I worked all day, did things at work, and then I also had to start working on my classes and get those done. And then I did the same thing on Sunday, and I did get to diamond paint some on Sunday, and I got into an organizing mode. This is the past 2 weeks, and so I'm trying to get my craft room in a better state. When we moved last year, I was just trying to get us in here, get the most important rooms done. So I just started putting stuff in my craft room just so things were at least in the right room. And so now it's time for me to really focus and to decide what all do I need crafting wise. I haven't been making cards that much. There's some things I am going to de-stash and just some stuff that I haven't used in forever. So I do need to do that. But I also spent time over the past week working on the Gems Flow app. And if you're a diamond painter and you haven't heard of Gems Flow, check out the app because they have made some upgrades to it. I haven't used it in years. And I decided that it would be easier for me to have the Gems Flow app on my phone because it is very handy, because I always have my phone, rather than using the spreadsheet that I had. And my spreadsheet wasn't updated, and I had Gems Flow that I started using years ago. So I ended up just deleting everything that I had on there, which was tough, but I did. And I started all over again. So I am down to about my last 40 or so kits that I need to enter into my Gems Flow. And that was one of my goals for this year, was to get Gems Flow accurate and to update it and to keep it updated. And it has taken me so long on getting my Gems Flow updated that I'm not doing that again. From now on, when a diamond painting comes in, I'm going to keep it in my craft room over on the side. I am not going to go and put it up with my other diamond paintings until I enter it into Gems Flow. And really, if you're only doing a couple of diamond paintings here and there, Gems Flow is not that bad. It doesn't take but a couple of minutes to enter everything. Now, some of the ones that I've entered, I didn't have all the information because I don't typically unbox until I get closer to working on a painting. And so some of the ones, when I was working on them, I didn't have my computer with me, and I wasn't going to stop and pull all of them up. So a lot of my information on Gems Flow, I could still put some more information in there. But at least the type of diamond painting, whether it's round or square, who the artist is, where I purchased it from, and also the size. That is definitely on there. Some of the ones I did not readily know because of the colors and how many special drills and when I purchased it and all that. And I really don't care about when I purchased it. I would like to keep up with, what's newer, but I kind of know that, so I'm not too concerned. But the pertinent information is almost in Gems Flow. I'm hoping that I can give you an update next week and let you know that, yeah, I finished my Gems Flow. So that's definitely on my radar for this week, is to work on Gems Flow, get that done, so that way I am current with that. And then I started going through my DP with sparklers, all my special drills that I just had in the baggies and in a drawer. And so I started putting those together. I am working on a system for my special drills. If they were in some kind of order, I would definitely use them more. And I love using them. It's hard to find. So I was on a roll yesterday. I thought, well, I'm going to take a couple of hours when I'd finished, finally gotten my class finished, did my part-time stuff too. And instead of diamond painting, I said, I have got to spend some time on organizing. So I did that for a couple of hours yesterday, and it felt good to see that drawer being reduced because I was putting everything up. So I'm really happy with that. And the paintings that I have on my shelf is getting full, so I've got to do something because I am not going to have another bookshelf. And I've got a really large shelf that I keep in our garage. We use our garage for my husband's man cave right now, so that's where my diamond paintings are. He is going to eventually get a shed that he's having built. He just keeps going back and forth of what he wants, and it's going to be heated and have AC. And so then I'll move my paintings in there, I think. I just don't have the space in my craft room. I would love to have them in my craft room, but then maybe not, because if I were to see them all the time, then I would feel really guilty. But, you know, out of sight, out of mind, right? But all the ones that I have, I absolutely love. And I haven't had that in a long time. There are around 6 or 7 that I am more than likely going to destash. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but my Harry Potter posters, I really wanted to do those, and I have all but one of the Harry Potter, and just thinking of all that black that's in there, I don't know if I'm really interested in doing the Harry Potter posters anymore. So I may end up destashing those. I might start on one. I've thought about starting on one, seeing how I feel about it, and then I can decide if I want to work on the others. But then if I do that, I can't destash it because it means I've already started. If I started, I'm going to finish it eventually, but it'll get finished. So that's something I have to think about. And then I have the Lorenz birds, all the different birds. I have like 3 or 4 of those, and they're cute, but it's not really me. I don't know why I got those, and I've had those for a long time because they're in the older boxes. So I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence with those two. But otherwise, all the other ones that are in there, I am really excited about working on. Next year, I think I'm going to use the wheel more because I am going to be using the wheel for my 26 and 26 of which ones to work next. So I'm thinking that I might enjoy just putting them on the wheel, and then what the wheel chooses, that's what I'm going to work on. But my 26, I'll be working on for a while. So I probably won't have to worry about any other diamond paintings for a little bit. But if something comes up that I really want to work on, I'm going to. And I am going to have a video next week, I'm hoping, since it will be June. And I want to have my kickoff for my 26 and 26. I keep talking about it. I don't want to tell you all of the ones I'm working on. I'm going to show you on that video. So I need to start working on that one because it's going to take me a while on showing 26 and explaining what I'm doing with each one. And I need to get with Heather and also with April and see if they are still planning on doing a live kickoff for our 26 and 26. We haven't really talked about it anymore, so that I will get more information on. I didn't want to bother them on a holiday weekend, and then they both had things going on, so I will get with them today or tomorrow, and then I will have more information on the live, how we're going to do it, and what exactly we're going to do, how we're going to show our diamond paintings, because that will take a long time depending on what they want to work, what they want to do. So I'm still going to have one on my channel, but I'll let you know if we do go live. So that will be fun. I haven't gone live in a long time. And I've never gone live on my own channel, which I probably should. I don't know if anybody would even be interested in trying to find a good time. That's the difficult part. But hopefully life will be slowing down a little bit. But I am going out of town for almost a week at a time, pretty much twice in June. So that's going to take up some of my diamond painting time on one of them. But I am taking diamond painting with me on both occasions. So I will be able to still diamond paint. I would love to take a smaller diamond painting to Vegas for my work trip, one that's on my 26 for 26, and then work on that one. But I only have one that's small that would be easy to take with me, and I could take that one. I am definitely taking some minis. I'll be taking something, I just don't know what yet. Once I get my suitcase packed, then I'll see how much space that I have. But I hate to take one of my romance art that I'm going to be focusing on in June for the event. I am going to be vlogging while I'm in Vegas as well. I don't leave until the 5th, so I do have some time. I've got a week this week, and then I leave next Friday. So that's just crazy. It's come up so fast. And I think my students are ready. They're going to be. But we're all excited about it. And I think that we have everything planned. So I'm hoping that the trip goes smoothly. We have some students that are riding from our campus, and then we have others that are just going to meet us there at the airport. So hopefully they will all be on time. I know what I'm going to pack too, so that is going to help me, where I'm not thinking for hours trying to figure out what I'm going to take with me. Other than that, that's pretty much all that has been going on around here. Just busy, and I just still can't believe that Madison and Kyle have been married for a year, which is to me, it's just crazy. It seems like it just happened. I just knew, last year after the weddings, we've been planning it for about 2 years. I just knew that, okay, life is going to finally slow down because the wedding is over. And no, it's sped up because of Miss Claire Bear. But we all love Claire. So she has just made our little family complete. Did anybody use the 20% code from Diamond Art Club for the Memorial Day weekend? Everything that I want is out of stock. My wish list is pretty large, and I thought, well, I might pick up a diamond painting or two from my wish list. I haven't really purchased from Diamond Art Club in a while, and nope. I looked at it, and everything was out of stock, which is fine. I have plenty. I got this drill turned around, and there's a terrible glare, and I can't see what I'm doing. I'll have to get that fixed when I'm off of here. I also need to straighten these. There are gaps in this diamond painting. And no matter what I have done, especially on the bottom part of this, it's kind of gappy. And then some of it fits really perfect like this. But I didn't really need to spend the money anyway, so I guess I am okay. I did go for one of the restocks this past week, and unfortunately, 5 days later, because I thought, oh, I'm safe because I was able to order it, and 5 days later, I got an email notice that the diamond painting that I ordered that said it was in, that it just come back in stock, that it was out of stock, and so they refunded me my money. It wasn't one that was like, oh, I'm so sad that I didn't get it. I was just a little disappointed, but it's not one that is like my unicorn. I just have to have. I don't think that the parade's ever going to come back. Every time that it does, it comes back in the middle of the night for me, and I can't order it. And I really want to get the parade for Claire. She loves Winnie the Pooh, but I just can't seem to get it. And there's a couple of Yumeis that I'd like to have, but I will just keep trying, keep plugging away. And I need to, like I said, I need to get some of mine down anyway. I'm trying out some new shops. I did order 2 canvas from Pressed and Placed, and I did order those last week. They were having a sale, and I've been wanting to try that company. I've heard some really good comments about the company and how their diamond paintings are, so I did order those 2. I don't know how long that it's going to take to get in. I have no idea. I thought about adding one of those to my 26, but if it comes in too late, then I don't want to do that. So once I finish a diamond painting, I might add it to my rotation. I don't have any anticipations of completing any of these. I'm hoping to. I've only completed 6 for this year. But for me, it's not about the completions. It's the process, how much fun that I'm having. I do have 1 completion. I am going to have a video out on Thursday on that one. And I'm definitely taking that one to Hobby Lobby and have it dry mounted. I'm having that put on my wall. And if you like to see completions and finishes, then stay tuned on that one. I know that some are not getting my notifications. YouTube has just gone wonky on some things, and they're not showing notifications on some channels and are on others. And I know that mine is a small following, and that I'm happy, more than happy with that. But YouTube tends not to show those as much, even if you are a subscriber. So I'm trying to get to where I am back to Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've gone down to only doing 2 videos a week, and I think I need to bump it back up to 3. I should have more time over the summer than I have had. But it also depends on Claire. If she's sick, I need to help take care of her, because Madison, with her having a new job and also she has patients, it is difficult for her to take off work. And so I get that. I understand it. And I don't mind keeping Claire at all. She is not a napper. She never has been. I mean, even as an infant, she really has not been a very good napper. And even daycare says that she is the queen of cat naps. She can take a 20 or 30-minute nap, and she gets up, she is good to go. And some days, that's the only nap that she'll have is 1. So I can't say, well, when she's taking a nap, I can do this, because you don't know if she's going to take one. And as soon as you get everything out, like if I decided I can take my diamond painting over there, and while she's asleep, I can diamond paint, or I can work, or whatever. It doesn't work that way, because she doesn't really take naps that much. And if I'm being honest, neither did her mother or her aunt. They did not take naps very much either. And Paige still will not take a nap. Doesn't matter if she is exhausted. She's 24 and she still will not take a nap. She doesn't like to take naps. And I honestly, I really didn't either. But as I've gotten older, I'm like, oh, I love naps. But, and this was not when I shouldn't say older as in now that I'm old, but, and I am old, but when I was even in my 30s, it's like, oh, I can take a nap, Sunday nap. But my naps, I'm not like Claire. I cannot take a 20-minute cat nap and I'm good. My naps are like 2 hours. And then I can't sleep that night. And then I'm wondering, well, why can't I go to sleep? It's because you took a nap, dummy. So I try not to take naps, but she just won't. So anyway, I would really like to get this diamond painting finished just because it's been hanging around for so long. Maybe I can, but my focus for this week is to get drills down on my remaining canvases for my 26 and 26. I think I have 5 more that do not have drills on them. And again, it's okay if I don't. I would like to. I typically do not consider having a whip unless it has drills. But I'm going to have to move forward and go ahead and do it. I don't want to wait much longer because we're almost at the halfway mark of the year, which is absolutely insane to me when I think about that this year is almost halfway over. I'd love to hear what you guys have been working on or doing, and if you're going to be doing any events in June. I wouldn't mind doing paint-alongs on my Facebook group. That would also give me an incentive. I'm not going to be doing very many events. One thing, because you have to follow all of the rules, which of course that's to be expected. But it's hard, especially when I'm working on so many whips, to say, well, I'm going to work on this diamond painting until it gets finished or whatever. I don't want to do that either. I don't want to be tied down to one diamond painting that I need to work on. Although I am going to be participating in the Winter King storybook that's hosted by Capture by Radiance, and they have other content creators that's also going to be hosting with them. And that one I'm going to do because I wanted to do one this year anyway, if not more. So I thought I might as well go ahead. The only problem is you do have to show progress, which I definitely want to anyway. But going out of town, that may be a little difficult. But you only have to do one, I think it's a 4x5 section a week. So that should not be a problem, although I would like to do more. So we'll see how things go. I keep changing things around because when I made my goals back at the end of 2025 for 2026, I didn't know what kind of changes I was going to have or things that come up that I want to do. Didn't take that into account. Didn't even think about 26 and 26, although that was actually in the back of my mind for a while, even before Nicole mentioned it with Shire Shenanigans. And she's the one that came out with this challenge. And I thought, well, this might be something really good to consider. And I thought, I don't know if I can do 26. And then once I heard that others were doing it, I'm like, yeah, apparently. So hopefully everything will be good. Let me know if you're going to be participating. I may have asked this question before. I am honestly not sure. I did have a video that I posted on Saturday. Art Dot sent me a light pad that is a smaller one. The light pads that I have are A1s and A2s. They actually sent me an A4, and I do like it. So if you've not seen that video, check it out. It's just a 10-minute video that goes over Art Dot and my feelings on that particular accessory. I will be taking that one with me when I go to Vegas because I'm going to need something that's going to help me in the room because I know how typically hotel rooms can be. They can be, really dark, and so I may have a hard time, especially on my minis that I'm taking with me. And it's very lightweight, easy to travel. So if you're interested in that, check that out. That's all that I have for you today, guys. Hope that you enjoyed this video. Gotten quite a bit done. I'm almost done with her hair. I'll be done with her hair today, and then hopefully I can get this side of the pillow done. Take care. Let me know how you guys are doing. And until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.